Hey guys, what's going on? SpitBrix here, back with another LEGO Mixel video, and in this video I will be going over the weirdest MURPs in the LEGO Mixels line. Starting off this list is a MURP formed from Shuff and Zapdor. Now this guy's got 3 crazy eyes. He's got Zapdor's lightning rod as a tail on him, and just an overall weird build. Especially on his face, you can see that he has 3 teeth that are sticking up, not really any of a top jaw. Then again, these are MURPs, so they're not going to look exactly how you'd build an actual Mixel. This guy, definitely super weird to start off on this list. Next up is one of the weirdest MURPs in my opinion. This is a MURP between Gurgle and Burp. Now this MURP resembles a flower coming out of a flower pot. You can see that they're using Burp's mouthpiece as this flower pot where this Mixel is growing out of. Using all of those pieces from Gurgle to make it look like it is a plant. You can see Gurgle's slope pieces there, kind of using as hands, but those are basically the leaves on this MURP. Now this guy's got a whole bunch of flexibility, however I do not think this guy is going to be able to stand very well if you do end up building this MURP. This weirdest MURP is created from Chami and Tesla. You don't really hear a lot about Series 2 anymore, but in this MURP you can see that this is a sort of crab sort of thing. You can see Tentro's arms or tentacles on the sides of this MURP. He's got some really weird details. You can see he's got 4 eyes, which actually is pretty cool on this guy. However, if you look to the back of the picture of this MURP, I have no idea what's going on back there. Looks like he has a spiked tail of some sort. However, he really doesn't have any support back there. It's probably all on ball and socket joints. So, I mean, you have a bit of posability, but I mean, this guy is just weird. I mean, like, what is this guy? Coming up next is a more recent MURP. You guys have maybe seen this one. This is a MURP between Mixadel and Cuffs. And this guy reminds me of a medieval jousting judge or something like that with the colors. It reminds me of a very a medieval castle setting sort of thing, which is obviously Mixadel in this guy. He's got the red flag that he's holding, which I think is pretty interesting. And he's got 4 super weird eyes. Just his face in particular just does not look very amazing. Obviously, he is a MURP. He's got Cuffs sunglasses on the sides of his head as really big ears, just adding to the weirdness of this MURP. He's also got some weird tail coming out of the back of him, very differently built. However, he does have some fingers from Cuffs, and you can see a lot of different attributes from these 2 Mixels in this MURP. Continuing on, this is a MURP between Bernard and Flamzer, and he has a flame sticking out of his already very tall head. His head is very tall and skinny. He's got a very skinny neck as well. This guy reminds me of a fire dinosaur, which actually would be a pretty interesting Mixel, in my opinion, if LEGO made something like that. This is a pretty interesting one. Just put it in because it's very funky and very different, and we do not see many builds like this. Coming up is a flower boy, I like to call him. He is one of the weirdest MURPs between Gurgle and Snacks. Yes, Gurgle is in here again with another MURP. Now, this guy I nicknamed a flower boy because he's got 2 flowers from Snacks' set as like little ears or earrings, and I thought that was just kind of hilarious, so I had to put this guy in. He's got some really funky legs on there, or feet. Built kind of weirdly. However, his mouth is pretty nice. I do like all those teeth. And this guy is not that bad of a build in my opinion. He's just a little funky, and that is why he made this MURP list. You can see on the top of him also, you can see those bricks that are actually upside down, which is an interesting touch. Always nice to see like the building upside down, which is actually on Gurgle as well. So that is an attribute coming from Gurgle as well. Continuing on, this is a MURP of Slumbo and Jog. Now, and this guy, I think you could mistake for a Max. I mean, if this guy had some more pieces on him, if he was a little bit more detailed, you know, and well built out, I think this guy could have been a Max. Obviously, if it was for one single tribe. And this guy is very tall, very lean, and very skinnily built. Like, there isn't a lot of layers on this guy. You can see that it's just one red brick that's going up the back for his mouth there. Just a very interesting MURP build here. This guy would actually be helpful if you wanted to reach up high. But however, this guy is a little crazy looking. He has Slumbo's eyes and Crystal up on the top and Jog's mouth in the very middle. Just does not really fit for this guy, and that is why this guy is a big time MURP. Next up is this MURP created from Jog again. Yes, Jog is in here again. And Craw. So in my opinion, Jog and Craw are one of the weirdest Mixels anyways. And so whenever they do combine, the MURP is definitely showing how weird. And this guy is insanely weird. It's almost hard to look at this picture and figure out what's going on because there's just so many things. You can see Craw's body type there with the legs, the clicky joint legs, but obviously Jog's mouth is also setting in here. You can see Craw's eye, which is actually looking up in this picture. He's got some weird tail coming up the back, which I thought was kind of interesting. Obviously, that's from Jog. This guy is not really, you know, this guy kind of just takes a bunch of different characteristics from each of these weird Mixels and puts them together. It's not really completely different, you know. You can definitely see each of these Mixels in this guy. You could definitely guess, you know, which Mixels were in this MURP if you just saw the MURP picture. But this guy is a pretty weird one. I don't really know if I'd want to build this guy, honestly, but definitely a weird MURP. Now, this guy is definitely really weird. I mean, I don't really know what was going on. This is kind of like a dog sort of thing. Jog is in here again. Yep. And also coming in with Lunk. Lunk is another kind of weird Mixel, but I honestly really do like that Mixel. But whenever they combine, they do create a really weird MURP. This guy's got 3 eyes, one on the very top on a ball and socket joint, so it can actually move around. I think that would be really, really creepy if that was real life, having an eye, you know, kind of in an eye socket that's able to move all the way around. Anyways, he's got Lunk's ice beams that are coming out of his head, and just an overall really, really weird build. I do like how this MURP does look complete, though. You know, it doesn't look like that he's missing pieces or could have been built better. This guy is actually built pretty decently. It's just the fact that, well, you know, his appearance isn't that great. Coming up next is 2 characters from the Fang Gang combining into one MURP. Now, this is one of my favorite MURPs on this list. I almost didn't put it on here just because it's almost not weird enough in order to get onto this video. However, it does have some really weird features here from Gaba, as well as Chumley. I do like how they made the arms on this guy. It's very different, not on a ball and socket joint. Not necessarily what you'd see for a regular Mixel, but this guy reminds me of a beaver for sure. I do like his 2 teeth up in the front. He's got one gold one and one white one. His feet are pretty interesting as well. They've got some like weird spikes hanging off of them, and the really weird tail that really just made this guy get onto this list. He's got 2 spikes on the very end, kind of like a scorpion sort of thing. Lots of ball and socket joints on there, and just a really weird build. However, like I said, I really do like his face. I think that could actually be incorporated onto an actual Mixel, if, you know, if they spent more time and didn't need to use the pieces from these 2 Fang Gang members. Next up is a MURP from Scorpy and Glomp, and together they create this weird guy. I don't even really know what you could call this guy. He's just a very weird creature built out of Lego. Definitely a MURP. I mean, like, look at those legs. They've got some really huge spikes on them. And in the back there, you can see some of Gurgle's, you know, drool pieces in the back, which I don't even know what that is. Maybe like a tail, or is that on the leg back there? I don't even know. Anyways, this guy is a very crazy MURP. Can't even tell really what they're basing this off of. It's got Scorpy's really big eyes going different directions to show that. And just overall, just weird MURP. I can't really say anything else about this guy. Coming up next is a weird MURP from Lunk again and Chumley again. These two guys have appeared before, and together they make this guy. Now this guy looks pretty buff actually. He's got some big rock pieces on him. However, if you look up on this build, I don't know what that mouth is. Like, what is that mouth? You can see Lunk's head up there, but then you have Chumley's mouth, and it just does not fit together at all. I mean, like, look at that lower jaw. It's huge compared to the Lunk's upper jaw. And that's just insane. So that definitely earns its spot on this weirdest MURPs list. Also got some other weird features that you can see on there as well. Now a weirdest MURP from Nurp-Naut and Bernard. Together they make this crazy guy with two little sections just like Nurp-Naut. And you can see that they use Bernard's tail as a tongue. So is this guy a Lixer? I don't really think so. At the time of Series 4, technically the Lixers hadn't even come out yet, so I don't know if that was supposed to foreshadow something, or it was just a wacky idea from a LEGO designer. You can see a little control stick on the back of him, and he's just a weird MURP overall. You can see he kind of reminds me of Nitpuck a little bit, just he's got those really big dome pieces on him, as well as a tongue, and just a really weird space fire MURP. Now this guy is pretty crazy and mad looking. This is a MURP between Craw and Slusho. Now these are some of my favorite Mixels, and together they make this MURP, which is actually kind of creative. I really like how they put Cram's hard hat up on the very top of the build. That looks really funny and a little bit cute. You can see Slusho's obviously wings on this guy, so this guy's going to be able to fly around, and oh boy does he look mad. Look at those eyebrows. Now I actually think those eyebrows look really cool. I think that brick built eyebrows are always nice. You can see its mouth in there also, which is actually built pretty nice as well. This guy is actually, a pretty nice build. He's got some good features on him. His legs are probably the wackiest part about him, other than his eyebrows. Definitely could use a little bit of work on his feet. Definitely make him a MURP instead of a mix. Now, if you're still watching this video, don't forget to go down and comment below which one of these you think is the weirdest. Now, continuing on, we have Nitpuck plus Vampost, which Vampost is one of my favorite Mixels. If you guys have not checked out my top 10 LEGO Mixel video, there'll be a card on the screen that you guys can click on, and there'll also be a link in the description, so you guys can check that out as well. Highly recommend you do. Now, this MURP is actually really cool looking. He's got some really cool wings on the very top of him, and really just looks like an upgraded version of Nitpuck in my opinion, with those big ol' fangs and even bigger wings now, with some really nice details and scales and wings on the very top. I mean, this guy kind of has it all. He's even got some fire coming out of his mouth. This guy has absolutely every single thing that a Mixel would ever need, except something went wrong. This guy is a MURP, definitely one of the more creative ones. Alright, now you come to this one. If you're still watching this video, thank you very much. You have earned yourself a really weird MURP. This guy is created from a Snoof and Spug. Yeah, what is that? I don't know what that is. I can't even say anything about this guy, because, like, what is that? No offense to LEGO. Obviously, this is supposed to be a MURP anyways, but that looks like something that a little kid would build. I mean, like, what is that mouth? What is the mouth? I mean, come on. I don't even know what this guy is. And that wraps up the weirdest MURPs in LEGO Mixels. If you guys have enjoyed this video, do not forget to give it a like rating down below, and comment which one of these guys you think is the weirdest. Now, like I said, I did do a top 10 best LEGO Mixel video, so you guys can go ahead and check that video out on my channel as well. Highly recommend. A very, very cool video. And that is pretty much it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm SpitBrix. Do not forget to subscribe for more LEGO Mixel action if you guys are new. And I'll see you guys in the next video coming very soon, as always. And one more thing, I will definitely be taking video requests if you guys want to see something with LEGO Mixels or some sort of list, weirdest MURPs, you want to see the weirdest Maxes, you want to see the, anything like that, the coolest Maxes or the coolest Mixes, let me know down below and I'll maybe do a video. See you guys later.